Hi, Shelly here. This week I want to do an art journal page. I want to use some of the gel prints, drywall tape, and book pages that I made last week. And I'm also going to do a little painting on tissue paper. And I think that's it. So let's get started. For this week's project, I want to start off by quickly painting some with my roller, and my white and my dark gray. Puppies are playing. And I have not used this, very dried, but this is still, I think it will still work fine. It's still kind of mushy. So I am going to go ahead and use this. I mean, I haven't used it. It's been months. So I'm just going to put some more white paint in here. Get in here and get a little bit on my roller. These rollers are at, I think, Walmart, really cheap. And then I'm just going to go in with some of my stencils. I haven't tried this with smaller stencils before. I'm thinking it should work. I had so much fun with my small dots, my gel printing, but I thought, you know, we should do, yeah, see, and I think I didn't get it very good there in the middle, but I think these will make fun collage papers and then just kind of meld into the background so just the white paint shows. I just think that is really a neat look. I've been seeing a lot lately. These dogs are all whooped up. I don't know why. Very cold here in Iowa, and I think they are just, it was below zero all day, and they just decided they didn't want to go outside. All right, one sheet done. I like this method because it's fast and it's just a light bit of paint, so it dries very quickly. I don't have to wait long to use them. There's always a plus. I've picked out a couple of the gel prints that I made last week and a few dictionary pages and a couple of the drywall tapes. And I want to stay in this same color family here, I think. And I want to, rather than tear things, I'm going to cut them into squares, I think. So I've got my paper trimmer here. Whenever I'm cutting gel prints out on my trimmer, the edges sometimes are a little bit wonky. So I find it best to move the blade up a little bit and start, you know, because it's just a little wonky right here at the edge. So if I go, get everything lined up, and then lift this up and start in a little bit, then I can come down and go back up, then it cuts a lot nicer for me. All right, I think we're gonna do something like this. We'll see if I can get it back on here. I'm using Mod Podge today, as I almost always do in my art journals. I mix a little water with my Mod Podge. A lot of people say they don't like Mod Podge because it's sticky later, but I don't find that is the case at all. So I don't know if it's because I add water to it or what, but made my art journals out of an old Rand McNally field out or a travel atlas, blah, blah. And I just love them. And the pages are 15.5 inches long and 10.5 inches wide. But I much prefer that over a small art journal. It does stick down really well. You can't move it. It's not sliding around once I get it stuck on there. So boy, you better make sure you got it where you want it. I think I want to take a few of these. Do we want them torn? I think they're going to blend into the background and it won't matter, but okay, I think everybody's down good. So now we'll let this dry overnight and then we'll be able to finish her up. All right, my page is dry and I like the way it's looking. And now I just want to go in with a little more white here and there, a few spots. I think I like that instead of doing a bunch of these. I think we'll just use that. All right, we'll dry this really quick. And then I've got my masks for my ferns. They're so hard to see when they are clear, but we'll be able to see them better in just a minute. I wonder what kind of a applicator. I'm trying to decide what kind of an applicator to use because I don't want the square of my normal dauber. Let's try my bath sponge wedge and see if I can take off some of these sharp areas. Get a scrap piece of paper here and see if that's going to do it. It's very holy, but I do like the fact that it's not squared off. Yeah, I think that will do. I have too much paint on it. Uh-oh. Paint's wanting to lift up my stencil material. I wonder if it would have been any easier with paper. Maybe cardstock instead of this plastic would have made it a little bit easier. Not what I was hoping for. I wonder if we can okay, this is going to get me into trouble here. I don't do this often, but occasionally when it's a situation like this where it's not turning out at all like I'd planned, you can take water and remove the paint if you've got that layer of Mod Podge on there. But I wanted you to see that sometimes things don't go as, oftentimes things don't go as planned. And then we think, well, what could be done to fix it? Are we going to trash the whole page? I say no. Sometimes, oftentimes we can fix that. So even though I didn't get all of the white off there, I still have some haze and I'm totally cool with that. I'm going to go get another dauber. And I'm going to go back in with my numbers. So I think what I'm going to do is, I think instead of the white, I want to go in with more of a very, very light blue. So I'm going to put a little bit of my Caribbean, a little bit of my turquoisey with gray that I love, kind of olivey green there. Way too dark, so let's do yes. I like that. I think it's important as you're creating to be able to go in and change things when things aren't working and not to get freaked out over that. Especially when it's a art journal page, just having fun and experimenting and actually like that better than I did the white. I kind of want to go back in though and do even a little bit more of the blue. So let's do that. I kind of want to see what would happen if we put a little bit more of the teal in there. Yeah, I do. I like that even better. Okay. So I think I'm going to start out with my green. Come in with my blue. Turning my hand so that I don't have squares. I like it as is, but I feel like I wish there was just a little bit more. What if we took a small pom-pom? Just a little too much there. Well, that's my page. I really like how it turned out, although it's very different from where I thought I was going with it. And hey, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me in my next video. Bye for now.